Yeah, it's been great. We've had a lot of fun. Gotten we everybody like it's been really good for a lot of us here. Just getting to reconnect with some guys that I haven't seen in a while, and then hanging out with Solomon and Eisen, guys that I hang out with and talk to regularly. Um, but man, it's been good. It's been good. The drive by myself kind of sucks sometimes, but everything else has been amazing. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll hopefully figure out a time Friday. Yeah, yeah, it's weird. Yep. We're also going to talk about the Cubs and other NASCAR news. And finally, Rich, I think we're going to hold off on some until we have a little bit more details and/or have a little bit more time to share our full thoughts on the uh, potential for what the Cubs are going to or what the Bears are going to do for their new stadium. But all that and maybe more, but hopefully not too much. But Rich, what do we have to do? Oh yeah, hang on, I forgot. I got to do it from here. Give me a second. I can get it. Sorry, I have it right here. Hang on. See? Boom.
Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is All the Sticks, the podcast with your hosts, Mike and
Okay, with that, Rich, back. I don't have the poll question. I don't even know if I voted on the poll question this week. Yes. I just voted for knockout. Excuse me, knockout basketball. Yeah, we did it at the Horseman. We actually went to Skate Ranch in Milan in order to do it, but we did it. Yes. This next week, the poll question is going to be parachutes versus scooter relay races. Parachute versus scooter relay races. I don't think this one's even going to be close, but scooter relay races made it in better than I thought they would. So, yeah. Rich. Yeah. Which you see what's coming up next? It is. And after that, Rich? Yeah, that's because we're heading into the NASCAR corner, presented as always by Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated, Moline, Illinois. Check them out for all your sports memorabilia needs on Fifth Avenue in Moline or on their eBay store. Once again, that is Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated. Last week they were at Nashville. Your winner, my favorite driver, Denny Hamlin. Rich, how did our picks do? Awesome. Or no, that was not. That was the week before. That was the week yesterday. He did ARCA yesterday too. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff happening. In fact, today, if you get a chance, Cletus is gonna do. He's gonna be the grand marshal, so he gets to do the gentlemen start your engines, and he's going to be in driving a truck in the race today. But that's other things. So last week, I actually, how did I end up watching that? I did end up watching that race, which is crazy to me. But he was doing okay. He passed a whole bunch of people, was looking good, and just somehow like did a little had a little mishap where he spun out, messed up his splitter, dropped back a bit. They got the car back running decent through some pit stops, and then after that he comes out and is he had a issue with the jack on his car, where it got stuck on the car, and he drug it out of the pit box. Then he gets a penalty for that. As he's serving his penalty, he comes in too hard, spins out on the entry of pit lane, and then after that he ends up hitting the commitment cone. So they then give him another penalty that he has to this serve. He gets that one served, but he's now like 6 laps down already, and just not doing great. And cost him a bunch of spots. Ended up 35th. So not a great showing. Again, there are things there, fluke things that happen that just cause it to not work well, and that's kind of what happens. And again, he's learning a ton. He's doing things. He was passing guys like crazy. Um, he got up into, I think he was in the mid 20s in the during the race before he ended up spinning out right before the stage end of the first stage. And when after that happened, that's when all the stuff started going crazy for him. So, but yep. But for him today in the truck series, like I said, he's the grand marshal and the he's driving, so that'll be an interesting thing to do. I want to watch at least that part of it. I don't know if I really am going to be able to watch the whole race, but we'll see. With that, we do have to, before we give our picks for this week, as we're talking news and we're talking just what's going on, we do have to address the most devastating thing in NASCAR, I would say, since Dale Earnhardt Sr. died. Yeah, you know who Dale Jr. is his son. Yeah. So I'm gonna like that. That's all details. That's all history. That's all that. I'm gonna go into the personal side of this as a NASCAR fan, as a guy who, in his early days, I hated Kyle Busch. Part of it's because he's only 18 days older than me, and he was doing something that I dreamed. I like in my wildest dreams. If I could have done it, I would have done it. But he also wasn't that lovable when he was younger. And as he got older, he got more and more mature, more and more understanding, and eventually, Kyle Busch became, honestly, the last few years, he's been one of my favorite drivers, Rich. And I hate saying, because most of my life, the M&M's car that he drove for years was my least favorite car of them all. Kyle Busch was my least favorite driver of them all. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yeah. And good. And I would say again, yeah. And I had that. Like part of me had that for the last couple of years, and then I had stopped making those type statements. Um, and like legit, I was cheering for him to win a race. I really wanted him to win a race the last couple of years. The drought had been devastating for him. I know that he was on the cusp. Um, and then the other side is that like let's go to the human side of it. The guy was 18 days older to the day than I am. Like we're 4 days away from me being the exact same age when he developed sepsis and died. I don't have anything wrong with me. I'm not sick, and I don't have any of that stuff. But it, that puts things into perspective. We talk about it on the show all the time that if you're not right with Christ, then you're gonna when you die, it's a wasted life. But also, just thinking about it makes me want to just hold my kids tighter, make sure they know how much their dad loves them, and hang out with the boys and do a boys trip for a bachelor party, and not really worry about it because I'm showing people I love them. That is more impactful on lives. Taking time to sit here and talk with you, Rich, is more impactful in life than if I like just spending money and you can make more money later. You can't make more memories. That's kind of been the weekend with the guys on this bachelor party. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, Kyle doesn't like Braxton doesn't get to make any more memories with his dad. Samantha lost her best friend and her husband. Puts things into perspective a little bit differently. Um, honest. Yep. So with all that, um, and again, part of me, like I think I've said it on the show that I've been hoping for him to beat this curse or the losing streak that he's been on, and so I feel good about that. But with that, Rich, we do have to talk about this week's show or this week's race. Um, they are in Michigan. And Rich, I'm going to do a tactic that I love doing to you. You can't cheer against my pick this week because I am picking Ross Chastain for the Firekeepers Casino 400 in Michigan. Yep. You have to. Probably. That's nuts. Um, yeah, the fact that we're not last is crazy to me. Um, and a testament to how good they were doing at the beginning of the year. Um, by the way, how about the fact that they're still over 500? I mean, that just goes to how great they were playing at the beginning of the year. They got to figure out how to get back there. Um, I do. I want to say something about that, and it's just um, Dansby Swanson. I don't care how much of a veteran you are. When your manager says you need to take a day off, you don't need to go to the press. Wasn't it, Dansby? I don't. I don't care. I don't. It might have been Bregman. It might have been Bregman. And either way, I don't care. Nobody is too good to sit on that bench. Nobody. So if you're not if you have a problem with it, I don't care. Support your manager, do what needs to get done, and just deal with it. You're not the manager. If you were the manager, sure, make the claims, but until then, I'm not saying shut up and play. I don't care about if you want to talk politics or whatever. That's your right. You have freedom of speech. But if you're not playing well enough, you don't deserve a spot on the team right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's true. It's true. I know what I know what they need to do. Everybody needs to take naked batting practice. The lovers. I mean, yeah. Rich, we gotta. I'm trying to be nice and give you the time that you deserve, but I also have guys that I got to get back to. So we'll move on. This week they played 2 against the Giants, 3 against Colorado, and 1 more in San Francisco this time. That gets us to next Friday. That means they have 6 games. I'm going to give them 500. I think this team is better than what they're playing. Colorado, not a great team. And hopefully the pop in the back comes back and in Colorado, and we can get 1 against the Giants out of the 3 that we're playing, and we can take 2 out of 3 against Colorado, and that's what sparks our fire up, and maybe getting 3 10-game winning streaks in a season. How about that? Let's do it. Yep. I sent you a text. I need you to bring it up. I need you to bring up the text that I sent you because it gives you all of the World Cup teams, and we're just gonna randomly pick a team in a minute. But while I wait for you to get that brought up, I'm gonna give a quick update. The Knicks knocked out the Spurs in Game 7. So it's or not it's the Knicks versus the Spurs. The Spurs won in Game 7. That was last week before you recorded, probably, right? Or was it after you? So are you? I did put it on you. Are you taking the Knicks as your team for the lunch bet? Okay. Yep. Okay. So we'll make it fun. So in the NBA Finals, real quick, I don't know if we said it, but the Knicks are up 2-0. Game 3 is in New York. I think Game 4 would be in New York, and how crazy would it be if the Knicks swept in New York, in Madison Square Garden? Or as I mean, I don't have a team that's standing out, so I'm randomly picking a team. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick mostly because I know that they have a history. I'm gonna pick Argentina. Okay. Well, I got shout outs, and so esports is on hold because we're in summer. So there's that update. Shout outs. I'm going to give a shout out to Solomon's Troop. We are on his bachelor party. His birthday was 3 weeks ago. He's been my best friend since high school. I love this man. We are having a blast. Solo, thank you for letting me join you on this trip and hopefully we can have a lot more fun with the rest of the weekend. With that, Rich, give me just a second. If you have any. Hey, Rich, with that, I'm going to go ahead and roll the outro.